And this time I'm going to invite Abby Brown, who we supported on a missions trip just this summer, to come up and share about her missions trip that she went on.
Good morning. So, like he said, I went on a missions trip with my youth group to Miami, Florida. Slides are not working. Okay, well, I'll just continue without them. So, we took a total of 30 people on the missions trip with us, including chaperones and staff. So the first thing that we did was obviously leaving on the plane. So we left around 4 in the morning, and it was pretty early, but we got to our first flight, and luckily we got to Miami on time, but our first flight was delayed for around an hour. So we were sitting in the airplane just waiting for the plane to take off. And then we almost actually missed our second flight, which was a little scary. We were actually running through the airport trying to make it to our next flight. But we got there safely. And then that day we kind of just got settled and got comfortable with our church we were staying at. We worked at Northwest Baptist Church in Miami. My pastor is friends with so my pastor was friends with the pastor there in college, and they had a good relationship, and we did a lot of maintenance at that church. So I did some painting, and some people from our team did some mudding of the walls and just like fixing up the church in general, and they were really thankful for whatever we could do to help. And my pastor and a few other people worked in a closet storage area type thing, and apparently it was really hot in there, and he told a story where they moved a piece of wood and then there was just ants crawling out everywhere, and he was like, get the ant spray, get the ant spray really fast. And so one day we were going to paint the bathrooms, but the paint wasn't there yet. So we were like, okay, well we should do something while we're waiting. And so we decided to go help at the with the summer camp they were doing at the church. So it was kind of like an impromptu thing, but that was one of my favorite parts. I got to help with some little kids and just playing with them, and they really enjoyed us spending time with them. We played some red light, green light, some tag, playing house, drawing pictures together. One little boy gave me a few drawings that he drew of us, which was really sweet. And then, so this is just pictures of us on the plane. Like I talked about, we almost missed our flight. That's the pastor and his wife at the church we stayed at. So we stayed in that building on the far side, and that was the church that we worked at. So we had a theme for our missions trip, and this was our theme verse. We had the analogy of acting as lifeguards, especially since we were in Miami. Just preventing problems and anticipating situations where you can help, and standing firm and letting nothing move you. So it was our theme for the week. Each morning we would gather as a group after breakfast and have a devotional, and we would pray together and get our assignments for the day and what we were going to do. And I really enjoyed that part because you got to set yourself for what you were going to do that day and get encouragement from others as they were going to do the same things. So I didn't specifically work here, but a group went over to Izzy's, which was a small business, and he was really struggling to keep his business alive, and he was actually living in a back room of his business, and it was really small and really cluttered, and so the team helped renovate some things and organize for him, and he was really thankful for that. He said that he put a picture up of the group that worked there above his sewing station. So every time that he worked, he thought of us and prayed for us, which was really nice. On Thursday and Friday, we went to the Miami Rescue Mission, and we served meals and packaged meals. So I was a waitress, and I helped serve the tables for the people that were coming in to get their food. And we also wrapped meals for the homeless people that would come there. There's one story. So there was a boy on our team, and he got put on dish duty. And you know, when you go on a mission trip, you're like, I don't really want to do dishes, you know? But you want to be like talking to people and like interacting. But he was happy doing dishes, and like he worked really hard there, and people were noticing like you're really working hard and doing well with what you have. And he got to have some good conversations because of that. And that just like taught me and like was a good example that God can use you like wherever you are, and it doesn't have to be serving tables or serving the food. You can be behind the scenes doing dishes, and it still makes a big difference. So on Friday, I went to a Haitian church, and we helped organize like a storage room. Me and my friend did that. And then we helped move boxes and furniture down from the top floor to different floors because they had been having some problems like with flooding and stuff. So they had to move everything up, and then we helped move it down. And although it seems like a really small thing to do, they were so thankful for like whatever we could do. They were just ecstatic when they saw the room we organized. They were so thankful that we put everything back where it should go, and it was just interesting to see how people, like, the small things matter. Small things you do make a difference. So this was us at a Haitian restaurant, and one thing that I thought was really cool was that every night we would go to a different ethnic restaurant, and we would eat with the people that we served that day. So, for example, on Friday, we ate with people from the Haitian church at a Haitian restaurant. And so we got to sit with them and get to know them and get to experience a little bit of their culture, which was really cool. This is some pictures of the summer camp that I talked about. And we also built some vegetable beds for the lady that makes the food for the school there and the summer camp. And it was really cool because she was so excited to have new vegetable beds because she grows herbs and vegetables that she uses to make the food for the summer camp. So she was really blessed by that. Those are just some pictures of us painting the walls and mudding the offices. And that is the place with all the ants. So one thing that I really enjoyed was being able to build community with people from my own church. We like to play volleyball at night with our group. It got very intense. It was just a lot of fun being able to get to know people that like I didn't know before, and now we're friends. Like we didn't even know each other, and we got to grow closer over the trip. So on our tourist day, we went to the Everglades and to see alligators, and we actually did see one on the boat ride and a few in the park. And one cool thing was that we like made sandwiches for everybody that day, and we wrote little notes on the sandwiches, just like little encouraging things or funny things, and it was just a cool way to like see everybody like caring for each other and building like a good community. So each evening we would have an evening debrief, and we would go through our day, like what we did and like what happened to us and how it affected us, and just kind of like a way to get everything out and just, you know, calm down after the day. And we would pray together, and it was cool to see like what everybody did, because like I had a group that I would go to stuff with, but then like the other people I didn't see all day, and it was cool to see like what went on in their life that day and like what they experienced. So that Sunday we actually got to go to church with the people that we served, which was really cool. And my pastor preached, and a student from the team played guitar in their worship team. And my favorite part about the church was they sang a song, like during church, and they sang one verse in English, one verse in Spanish, and then one verse in Creole. And it was cool to like be able to hear everybody around you singing in a different language, and it was just really like uplifting and encouraging because it was just such a big like church and everybody was singing and it was just really cool. So that's our group on Sunday. And yeah, I want to thank you all for supporting me with your prayers and financially. And I thought it was an amazing trip and it was wonderful. Thank you.